exactly a fair fight. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
There is an unmistakable quality our pets bring out in us, an energy that makes us feel more human, more complete. At Petco, we think our pets should feel just as complete. It's what inspired our Complete Care philosophy that all begins with proper nutrition. Like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs, offering outstanding nutrition that dogs love. It helps bring out the best in our greatest companions. Petco, the power of together.
Pillsbury knows that bold, bright color makes everything more exciting. Like these 4 amazing colors of Pillsbury Funfetti that turn everyday moments into celebrations of delicious fun. Celebrate more vibrantly.
There. Hello. Hot stuff.
Not turning the thermostat down.
That's not what I was doing. I was just having fun. Come here. Nice and tight. Atta girl.
Daddy.
There's a sweet spot. Hold on. That didn't happen in practice.
There's a better way. Mitsubishi Electric Systems give you the temperature you want in any room with no ductwork and lower energy bills. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Live better. Go to MitsubishiComfort.com.
A Weather Channel original.
You don't have to be at home to know everything's safe. With Xfinity Home, you can arm your security system if you forget. See that your kids got home safely, and make sure you never have to come home to a dark house. All from anywhere. Plus, get 24/7 professional monitoring so you know your home, family, and valuables are always safe and sound. Add Xfinity Home for only $29.95 a month. And if you already have a security system, we'll use your current equipment, so it's easy to switch and save money. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
89 to get a free brochure. 1-800-491-1389.
Susan and Gary Whaley are on their way home from their lake house when they are struck by an EF4 tornado in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Susan comes to, and Gary is not in the car. Eventually, she finds him lying unconscious along the side of the road.
I just kept screaming at him to hang on, help was coming.
Mere minutes after the tornado tears through Shawnee, the paramedics arrive.
It was just pandemonium and chaos. You just go into medic mode. That's all you can do. When I initially walked up to him, the lady next to him had his hand, and she just kept saying, "Please help me, please help him." He had severe facial trauma, but as far as the rest of the trauma to his body, I couldn't see the extent of it. He was basically unresponsive. If somebody is unresponsive, I'm worried that there's nothing else I can do. I don't want to have to tell his wife that there's nothing I can do. And I never want to be that person. That particular ride to the hospital was the longest transport I've ever had in my life. It was just spent trying to do what I could to keep him from getting worse. That was my goal, just don't let him get worse.
Gary makes it to the hospital alive, but he is in critical condition. Doctors rush to treat his injuries. All Susan can do is wait.
Next thing I know, I woke up 4 days later in the hospital. I had 3 breaks in my pelvis, 11 breaks in my ribs. My head was busted open in the front and in the back. I feel thankful that the good Lord let me make it through it. He's got another purpose for me that I haven't fulfilled. I honestly believe that I was gone, and her screaming for me to come back to her brought me back.
Hopefully somebody can learn something from this and be safe, and don't take these things for granted. They are not to mess around with. Get out of their way.
The National Wind Institute in Lubbock, Texas, will test how the Whaleys survived this catastrophic tornado. Here, Professor Larry Tanner and his team study the effects of airborne wreckage whipped up by tornado winds, much like what occurred during the EF4 tornado in Shawnee.
Doing storm investigations over the last 40 years, we have gone into storm sites to characterize the type of debris that we find. And the most prevalent in a tornado is a 15-pound 2x4.
Today, the team utilizes an air cannon capable of firing 2x4s at 100 miles per hour to simulate the dangers faced by the Whaleys in their SUV. To represent the Whaleys SUV, Tanner uses a standard 59.5 by 71-inch windshield. The windshield and passenger windows make up more than 20% of a vehicle's surface area, making them a likely impact point for flying debris.
Muzzle load the debris, build up pressure in our tank. We're going to shoot the windshield of a car and find out exactly how devastating our tornado missile is. Army. 3, 2, 1.
The windshield is no match for a 2x4 traveling at 100 miles per hour. Yet it doesn't shatter into thousands of pieces. At 1,000 frames per second, the high-speed camera reveals that the laminated glass spider webs, preventing flying shards from cutting or blinding the vehicle's occupants. But for anyone sitting directly in the path of the projectile, severe injury is all but certain.
Go to the right, go to the right.
In a tornado like the one faced by the Whaleys on May 19, 2013, even the steel frame of the SUV provides little protection from a massive debris cloud. Next up, Dr. Tanner and his team test the effects of an airborne projectile on a standard automobile.
We're going to shoot a car door with the 100-mile-per-hour tornado missile and see what type of penetration or perforation we get through that vehicle door.
The passenger doors of the Whaleys SUV were constructed of 2 panels of high-strength, low-alloy steel, reinforced by additional steel beams. Their vehicle received a 5-star rating in side-impact crash tests. Tanner reloads and readies the air cannon. The results are devastating.
On this particular impact, down here, the weakest part of the door is this thin door frame, and so it just buckled. A vehicle offers virtually no protection from projectiles being thrown by a very severe storm.
As Tanner's experiments have revealed, the Whaleys were extremely lucky to survive the EF4 tornado, what could best be described as a fortunate twist of fate.
The floodwaters nearly to the hoods of cars. We struggled with flooding rain in North Texas this time yesterday. This morning, Central Texas is getting drenched, where water's swamping roads and seeping into apartments.
And half a world away, a fierce typhoon nears landfall on Hainan Island off China's coast. How strong Ramasan has grown on a track that will take it to the Chinese mainland. Then closer to home, who will enjoy a beach-perfect weekend and where it will be soggy or stormy to get near the water. It's all ahead on Weather Center Live.
Well, good morning and welcome into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. For a second day, parts of Texas are struggling with flooding rain.
Yeah, this time it's the area around Austin and San Antonio getting soaked. Reports of apartments flooding 4 miles just north of Austin. And then central and eastern parts of the city, we've had reports of nearly 6 inches of rain in just 3 hours. And there are numerous reports of streets and roadways covered in water.
We'll get you in front of that and the other weather stories that we're following today and watching for more rain across the southern plains. And it's spreading out, too. A lot of you are going to notice some changes in your weather. The southeast, storms coming back for the weekend. Plus, the rain expands to the north. So we are tracking all of this. Look at this rain that stretches from Texas right now into Louisiana and Mississippi getting in on the action. And as we get towards the weekend, the southeast looking at a pretty soggy weekend for you with storms in the forecast Saturday and Sunday. What about the northeast? Now, we're going to see some showers and storms move our way through the Ohio Valley, and we will track this to the East Coast by the end of the weekend. But let's start with where some of the heavy rain is falling in Texas right now.
Yeah, that's right. And Austin's one of those locations. We saw the rain start to move in yesterday during the evening hours. It's been raining ever since and heavy out there for us. Let's track how this wet weather situation is shaping up for us here as we progress on through the next 24 to 36 hours or so. And we're generally going to keep things again on the wet side here across central South Texas and into the lower Mississippi Valley. You can see that's where the rain is right now. It's getting a little bit closer to some of these areas that have really been getting soaked. We got flash flood warnings that are in place in and around San Antonio for Cross Mountain, the Scenic Oaks area, Timberwood Park until 3:30 local time. All these areas that are sort of outlined in the green are under flash flood warnings right now. So this is not a fun time to be out and about. Ponding on the roadways occurring in a lot of these areas. If you do encounter that as you head out this morning, turn around and find another route to take. Heading into the Houston area, some showers just to your north and the west. Not as heavy as what we're seeing a little bit farther on off towards the east, getting into parts of Louisiana. There's the New Orleans area. Fairly quiet right now, but their heaviest rain on off towards the west right now, moving its way through the Morgan City area. Alexandria getting soaked as well. And a little bit more rain to deal with across parts of Arkansas, from Little Rock working across the Mississippi now. We're seeing some steady showers moving on through, even across northern Mississippi as well. A little bit of a wet early start to our day here. 12-hour rainfall totals here for us, at least estimated by the radar as we check it out. In some cases, 3 inches or more out there for you, not too far from Austin or San Antonio. Getting a little bit closer here around Pflugerville. This is an area that's seeing quite a bit of rain. In 30 minutes, 1.5 inches. Yeah, so coming down very, very quickly. So we got flash flood watches from Waco, College Station to Houston, the Beaumont area as well, even stretching now across southern portions of Louisiana. Some of the rainfall totals here through Saturday morning, getting up around about up to 1 inch, but Houston, you can see you're in that darker shade of green. 1 to 2 inches will be possible there. And again, this is an area here a little bit farther to the north where we've been dealing with the drought situation, which is over the last couple of days seen quite a bit of rain. So this has been helpful. But again, when it starts to come too quickly, you get into flooding situations. Jen?
Yeah, next week's drought monitor is going to be pretty interesting to see how that does. Now let's go south, where we have had some tremendous weather for July, Myrtle Beach included. Enjoy today because the rain is coming back for the weekend. The whole system Alex was just talking about is on the move, and it's going to start spreading today actually into the rest of the southeast, but certainly by tomorrow a lot more people get in on the mix with rainfall. Temperatures a little warmer than they were yesterday at this time. We got 68 in Nashville, 69 in Atlanta. You're also probably noticing that your humidity is up. Sort of came back yesterday afternoon, didn't it? So we're going to see this whole system sort of punch in to the southeast, and you can see it right here with all the moisture and the water vapor. Some of that moisture already spreading into Tennessee, Mississippi as we speak. So we take a look at where we're going temperature-wise and then rain-wise here across the area. Temperatures mid-60s. Florida, of course, we're in the mid to upper 70s. Dew points have come up. We're still looking at relatively lower dew points compared to where you could be in July, but still, it's different than it was yesterday morning, and you'll feel that when you step outside. Now, as we see this big trough in our jet stream, this big dip, the disturbances that roll along it, that plus our old front that hasn't gone anywhere, that's going to wave back here and rebound north across the southeast, that's going to mean more showers and storms through the area. Already a couple of showers on their way to Memphis, Nashville, you will get some today as well. Even better chance tomorrow. Atlanta, slight chance tomorrow. Better chance on Sunday as showers and storms come your way and spread spread all the way through the Carolinas. So we got a wet weekend ahead, Alex, after a very nice week in the southeast.
Yes, all good things must come to an end. Well, let's track the weather throughout your day. And as Jess was mentioning, things are getting a little wetter across the southern tier. But hey, the northeast, we are continuing to enjoy some really nice weather conditions here. Here we are, 8 o'clock. Wall-to-wall sunshine and temperatures very comfortable. The warm spot here would be Philly, right around 70 degrees. Heading towards Buffalo, 61 there. You'll start to warm up as we get towards the afternoon into the mid-70s, what I would consider perfect temperatures. A few more clouds start to stream on into the D.C. area for your noon. 80 degrees, looks like a good lunchtime hour there. And then as we work our way back home from where we start to notice a few showers there getting into parts of West Virginia and mostly cloudy conditions setting up, but still mostly dry in most of these spots. All right, Jen, let's see what's going on with the travel.
So with that kind of forecast, Alex, that does bode well for Friday travel in the Northeast anyway. Looking good weather-wise. Other spots to watch, though, include Houston for delays, both inbound and outbound. If you're flying today, make sure you check ahead, especially if you're picking someone up. Nashville, chance of delays with some showers moving in. Tampa looks all right. San Francisco, once we get out of the morning hours and kick out that morning low fog, then we should be dealing with better conditions. Now, D.C. looks great. 86 degrees, dry conditions, no travel issues. We do have the rain, though, coming into Nashville today. Alex.
All right, Jen, we'll get ready for a wet return. Where in the Northeast you could need rain gear today. Then west ablaze, where new and existing fires are driving people from their homes, plus a mysterious giant hole where it suddenly appeared and what could have caused it.
In the nation, it's not always pretty. But add brand new belongings from Nationwide Insurance, and we'll replace destroyed or stolen items with brand new versions. We take care of the heat, so you don't get burned. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Every Sunday night, we're showing 3 regular guys what it takes to survive.
Fat Guys in the Woods, premiering Sunday, August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Off the couch, into the weather.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our
This summer, Bravo presents a revolutionary new dating series. New York singles are looking for love.
I need you to give really good advice.
By looking to you, and what you tell them can change their next date.
I need you to help me because I make the wrong choices.
The Singles Project premieres Tuesday, August 12th at 10/9 Central, only by Bravo.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down? People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through. Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
Breaking news from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
Seeing 2 men that have climbed the Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose. All right, let's go.
Talk to a State Farm agent about car loans that can save you hundreds. That's borrowing better.
This is Lady. She's a unicorn. And a Pegasus. And why is she strapped to the roof of my RAV4? Well, if you have kids, then you know why. Now the real question, where's this going in the house? The RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Get ready. Fancy Feast bras. They're irresistible, completely unbelievable,
totally delectable, real silky smooth or creamy broths. Everything she's been waiting for. Carefully crafted with real seafood, real veggies, and never any byproducts or fillers. Wow, being a cat just got more enjoyable. Fancy Feast broths. Wow, served daily.
Well, good morning to you, Pittsburgh. Starting things off on a pretty decent note. Good day on tap. But I tell you, all good things must come to an end here for us in and around Pittsburgh. This is one of the locations that's going to start to see that threat for the rain showers returning as we head on towards the weekend. So let's talk about what's going on out there. We've got a bit of a trough and a very slow moving upper level area of low pressure that's going to be working its way through parts of the Ohio Valley into the eastern portions of the Great Lakes with moisture on the increase as well. All that going to combine to bring us that risk for the showers and a few storms. We'll first initially start to notice it as we work our way through the day from Tennessee and through Kentucky, getting up into parts of the Appalachian chain. And then by tomorrow, we start to see it spreading a little bit farther north. So Cleveland to Pittsburgh, Buffalo, chances for that rain increasing and continuing as we move through our Sunday as well. So looking a little bit more unsettled. Pittsburgh, here you are for today. Dry, but we'll notice the clouds on the increase Saturday and Sunday now. We've got a bit of rain. And look at Saturday. Highs only in the 60s. Jen?
It's time now for the weather making headlines this morning, and we now know that Maine did see a tornado during Tuesday's storms. The National Weather Service says an EF1 tornado touched down in St. Albans. Winds of 80 to 90 miles per hour damaged trees, street signs, and power lines, leaving many in the community in the dark. And more trouble on the fire front in the west. New fires have sprung up near the Clear Creek fire. It's burning near Carson City, Nevada. A lightning strike sparked it to life Wednesday night. Crews now have it 35% contained, and voluntary evacuations have been lifted. And another case of children left in a hot car in Georgia. Police in Clayton County near Atlanta say 3 children were left in a hot car in a parking lot yesterday as their father went into the store. The 8, 5, and 3 to 4 month old children are in the custody of Child Services. Police arrested the father. And we want to remind you that the group KidsInCars.org has a petition to the White House calling for action on this issue. They need 100,000 signatures by next month, and you can learn more about the petition on weather.com/TV. Alex?
Well, turning now to the world weather front. More proof that very heavy rain knows no boundaries. And heavy rain swamped parts of southern China. At least 18 people have died due to flooding and lightning, and more trouble is ahead. South China bracing for Typhoon Ramazan, which could bring more heavy rain and fierce winds. Meanwhile, in Russia, scientists have a puzzle to solve. A huge crater has turned up in northern Siberia. It's 196 feet wide. Now, after early studies, some scientists believe changing temperatures could be to blame for the huge crater, which appeared to be made up of ice. Jen, well, bringing us a little closer to home, she's got that 7-day forecast.
All right, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the next 7 days. And cool, the word that we've been describing our weather with lately, is going away. Summer making a comeback, as you would expect. So across the Midwest today, already feeling it. Temperatures a few more degrees warmer, humidity a little bit higher. Same thing in the South. Landed back to the mid-80s with those dew points creeping back up again today. The rain, which has been so heavy in Texas today, tomorrow, and then on the move to the rest of the southeast tomorrow, plus up through the Ohio Valley. You'll see some showers and storms coming in as well. Now we hang on to a decent weekend in Boston and New York City. Philadelphia, you'll see clouds thickening up through the day Sunday. Then the rain starts moving back into your area as well with a couple of showers overnight. Most of Monday, though, as we get into the southeast, is going to see hit or miss showers and storms. The northeast getting a break. Midwest, the heat is going to be a big story for us here and in the Central Plains. Temperatures going back up again, dew points going back up again. You're really going to feel it by the time we get into early next week here across the Midwest and Central Plains. Look at Denver. We're going to be 96 degrees on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're still going to have a lot of heat to deal with here across the high plains. The east gets wet Thursday into Friday with our next system tracking to the east. We'll be right back.
See this? It shows the pressure points at my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholls.com for locations and save $10.
Let's tackle all this with a splash of style. Let's go where they know what matters. Let's do modest budget, major makeover. Let's do we've got this, and a whole lot of look what we did. Then let's sit back and enjoy the view. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. For a limited time, shop our newest vanities starting at just $189.
In this bag is 150 years of Swedish experience in perfecting the rich, never bitter taste of Gevalia. We do it all for this very experience.
That's good.
I know, right? Gevalia.
We're not supermodels. We're trying our best to be role models. We don't jump at the sound of the opening bell because we're trying to make the school bell. Corner booth beats corner office any day. We make the most of our time and our money. 2014 Malibu, highest ranked midsize car in initial quality. The car for the richest guys on earth.
Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York. With millions of reviews, TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
I'm taking a beating here down to the ground as we're just dealing with these sheets of rain and winds that are howling 50, 60 miles per hour.
When you compare the top speed of DSL from the phone company with the top speed of Comcast Business Internet, well, there's really no comparison. Why pay more for less? Call today for a low price on speeds up to 150 megabits per second. And find out more about our 2-year price guarantee. Comcast Business, built for business.
Your opportunity has arrived. Now's your chance to join the Comcast team as a direct sales representative.
The pay is excellent. The harder you work, the more you make.
Schedule's phenomenal. You really are your own boss.
The benefits are fabulous.
It's nice working for a company with the most innovative products on the market.
There is a lot of opportunity to move within the company.
Plus, Comcast will provide your sales training, giving you the tools you need for long-term career growth. There are open positions in your area. Come show us what you've got. For more information, visit comcast.com/DSRjobs.
Exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-278-0768 now.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, China is bracing for Typhoon Ramazan. This typhoon is packing winds that are equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane as it roars toward landfall on Hainan Island. The island's already been seeing rain and wind from Ramazan, and that is just one system, actually, that we're watching for you right now. Certainly, though, it is headlining our tropical update, and we're going to show you what's happening as we actually see it already has made a landfall on Hainan Island. It took a little jog off to the west. So this is Typhoon Ramazan. sun. And you can see right here, again, that center, that eye of the typhoon took a little jog off to the west here, again, making landfall near the town of Haiku. And we take a closer view of what's happening here. And at the moment, we've got that core around the centers where we have the strongest of the winds. And that is actually the western edge of that eye wall is right now over the island. So we are certainly waiting for reports to come out of this area. Now, we can see actually on the radar from Chinese radar where it is tracking at the moment. And we are, again, watching some of the strongest bands on the southern side of the center. And again, this is tracking it. This is the history of the radar, and we're tracking it here again as it took that jog back over towards the island. Now, let me show you the winds as well. We can look at that perspective. Very strong winds here, especially close to the center. And again, that looks like the southern part of the eye wall is where maybe some of the strongest of the winds and the radar bands are tracking at this time. It's still moving to the northwest at 14. The winds 155 miles per hour. That's going to be a concern near close to the center of landfall. And of course, the rain spreading out as well, affecting China and perhaps Vietnam as well. Alex.
Well, you know, it is not just the West Pacific that we're tracking this morning. We've got some issues as we work our way into the Eastern Pacific and Central Pacific as well. Well, here we are looking at the Eastern Pacific at this point. You can see there's some clusters of showers and storms. Nothing really going on there closer to Mexico or Central America. But as we work our way closer to, well, Hawaii, it's a different story. There's Honolulu highlighted there to the east of there. You can see that area. Well, that is a tropical storm. Wally in the Central Pacific, sustained winds right now estimated to be at 45 miles per hour. It's moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour, and a lot of the computer models continue to take it in that general direction, moving closer and closer to Hawaii. Now, the good news is, as it moves in that direction, much cooler water, so it is expected to weaken as it works its way in that general direction. What we'll generally find ourselves dealing with is seeing a weakening system and maybe some of its moisture getting there by the end of the weekend into Hawaii. So we'll keep a track on it, though. That is Tropical Storm Wally. Well, Jen's going to take us back to the lower 48 and a place struggling with very heavy rain right now.
Some of you are describing it as hurricane rain in Texas. For the second day in a row, Texas is getting swamped. We have reports of 6-inch-an-hour rainfall rates in San Antonio and power outages. You know, the radar right now very busy still across the Austin area, San Antonio. You know, Austin, a lot of it's east and north of you, but San Antonio, the radar really lighting up. And like yesterday, these storms are not moving very quickly. Now, when heavy rain brings flooding like it is right now in parts of Texas, it's crucial to know what to do to stay safe. Here are a few pointers to keep in mind to keep you weather ready when flooding occurs. Floods. The dangers are often underestimated, threatening property and lives. Flooding is one of the deadliest natural disasters. With incredible force, a flash flood can sweep away a person in just 6 inches of water and a large vehicle in only 2 feet of water. So it's important to be prepared and know what to do. Never try to walk or swim through a flooded area if there's moving water. If you come upon a flowing stream where water is above your ankles, stop, turn around, and go another way. Remember, floodwaters can move 6 to 12 miles per hour, exerting a force that can easily knock you off your feet. Stay away from downed or broken power lines and any exposed electrical wires. Even if you don't see a spark, they can still be alive and extremely dangerous because electrical currents can travel through water and cause electrocution. Do not drive through flooded areas. The flowing water can be very deceptive, making it impossible to determine how deep the water really is. Although vehicles are heavy and stable on dry ground, in a flood, they will float and drift quickly, losing contact with the road. For more information on flood safety, go to weather.com/ready.
Some great tips there, Jen.
Thank you.
All right, well, we're keeping you ahead of all the weather to watch.
Just ahead on Weather Center Live, a southern soaker. We track rain that's training over Texas, and then a wet weekend for some.
Bring your style to life with a new vanity. Now just $149 at Lowe's.
Mommy, I made poo-poo! That's great, honey!
Where? Life's bleachable moments need Clorox bleach.
Really? So our business can be on AT&T's network for $175 a month?
Yep, all 5 of you for $175.
Our clients need a lot of attention.
There's unlimited talk and text.
We're working deals all day.
You get 10 gigabytes of data to share.
What about expansion potential?
Add a line anytime for $15 a month.
Low dues, great terms.
Let's close.
Introducing AT&T Mobile Share Value Plans with our best ever pricing for business.
Well, another great thing about all this walking I've been doing is it's given me time to reflect on some of life's biggest questions. Like, if you could save hundreds on car insurance by making one simple call, why wouldn't you make that call? See, the only thing I can think of is you can't get any bars. Nah, it's better. There's a beautiful view. I wonder if I can see Mount Rushmore from here.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Ours is a world of passengers. The red eyes.
I'm really tired.
The transfers.
Well, that's kid number 3.
The co-pilots. All sitting, trusting, waiting for a safe arrival. Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy, designed to help the driver and you care for the passenger in them. The Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
My name's Michael. I'm 55 years old, and I have diabetic nerve pain. The pain was terrible. My feet hurt so bad, it felt like hot pins and needles coming from the inside out of my skin. When I did go see the doctor and he prescribed Lyrica, it helped me.
It's known that diabetes damages nerves. Lyrica is FDA approved to treat diabetic nerve pain. Lyrica is not for everyone. It may cause serious allergic reactions or suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these. New or worsening depression or unusual changes in mood or behavior, or swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, changes in eyesight including blurry vision, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or skin sores from diabetes. Common side effects are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who have had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Having reduced pain is great, and I'm grateful for it.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica today. It's specific treatment for diabetic nerve pain.
Welcome to Wake Up with Al. I'm Al Roker. First of all, we're looking at wet, windy weather from Boston, New York, D.C. on into Norfolk. Airport delays most likely later today. And then as we move on into tomorrow, we're looking at more rain, more heavy showers, and the threat of some severe weather tomorrow.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's new morning show.
It all starts with the weather.
America's morning headquarters with Sam Champion. Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
I hit Sanger and water was got up to here at the car and I was scared. I said I'm gonna go ahead and go farther. So I kept going and I got down here at this first exit before this exit and water was up here.
Turn, hit water. It starts to like literally come into the car, like hit my feet, everything, like kids in the back, like we're all freaking out. We couldn't even open the doors. We had to open the back doors to get in order for us to get out.
Scary situations, no doubt about it. Yesterday, areas north of Dallas struggling with flooding rain.
Right now, it's Central Texas. It's 5:30 on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Alex Wiles. Now, we've had reports of water in apartments near Austin, Texas, all due to the flooding rain. And joining us right now on the phone is Jason Runyon with the National Weather Service office in New Braunfels. We certainly appreciate you for joining us. I know it's a very busy early morning. How much rain has the area around Austin seen?
Well, good morning. So far, our rainfall estimates off the radar are showing anywhere from 4 to 6 inches widespread across central and eastern portions of Austin. We have had a confirmed measured report of 6.6 inches of rainfall at Walnut Creek and Weberville Road in East Austin. This has all led to several road closures and several high water rescues in and around the Austin area overnight.
Now, we're showing right now the radar along with the flash flood warnings that remain in effect here. Do you anticipate additional warnings being needed?
Well, it looks like the progression of the storms is starting to move a little bit faster, and the Austin metro area and San Antonio metro area should have seen the worst of it, with the storms shifting south of the area through the morning.
When it comes to later today, we're not completely out of the woods yet here. Do you think there's going to be another area of rain developing?
We think that the Austin, San Antonio areas should be okay after daybreak, with the focus for the heavier rainfall shifting south between the San Antonio and Corpus Christi areas.
All right. Well, Thurk, thank you so much for joining us here. Jason Runyon in with the National Weather Service there in New Braunfels, Texas, really tracking the situation with the flooding ongoing at this point.
Yesterday it seemed like that rain was never going to end in northern Texas, and I know it feels that way right now in central Texas, but you will get some improvement later today. It's one of the top weather stories that we're keeping you in front of. We're watching that rain, heavy rain in Texas, now pushing into Louisiana. We're also watching, though, that spreading into the southeast. So, Alex, so many people have been loving their weather this week in the southeast. That's going away.
It certainly is. So hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yes. Now also the Northeast. You do get another break today, and we'll let you know how long that break is going to last from the rain. Finally getting some dry air in place there, and you had your own fair share of flooding problems this week. Too much rain at once. That seems to be the problem lately. And we look at what's happening on the south right now, keeping you in front of this rain that's developing in Louisiana. That might be the next spot to watch for problems. Then we go to the rest of the southeast, where we are going to get more showers and storms right into the weekend. Nashville, Atlanta, Charlotte, get ready. Midwest, you will be mainly dry, but Ohio Valley into the northeast, these showers are tracking in through the weekend, and we will time it out so you can make some plans. In the meantime, though, let's get more on the Texas situation, Alex.
Yep, this was the scene yesterday, or nearly 24 hours ago, in Denton, Texas, just north of Dallas. Relentless rain fell here, filling the streets and trapping drivers. I mean, look at this. This looks like a river. A raging river. About 3 dozen people had to be rescued from their cars as water rose. And this morning, heavy rains falling close to the Austin and San Antonio areas. Rough times indeed. Let's talk about the heavy rain that continues here across parts of the southern plains down into Texas, lower Mississippi Valley as well. There it is on the radar, showing up there for you, stretching its way now across parts of the deep south. Closer view here into the San Antonio area. You can see this cluster of storms looks like the heaviest now starting to shift just south of San Antonio, but you are under a flash flood warning there in Bexar County until 5:30 local time. So be on the lookout there, and getting up around the Austin area. Again, flash flood warnings here until 4:45. So we're watching these areas closely, still tracking that one particular storm there moving through the Austin area, but shifting now on off towards the south. Houston, not as heavy with the rain. A few showers to your north and west. A little bit more active weather to contend with across parts of Louisiana. Several areas where we got some heavy downpours, not too far from Lake Charles, and then heading up around the Alexandria area. Then we get into more of just a shield of steady range here as we work our way across southeastern parts of Arkansas, moving into Mississippi and parts of Tennessee as well. Now, we've seen some rain over the last 12 hours. Estimated rainfall totals from the radar showing a good 3, close to 4 inches in some of these areas. So we've seen quite a bit. In fact, around the Pflugerville area, not too far from Austin, one of the suburbs here, in just 1 hour, 2.6 inches. That kind of rain that quickly. That's why we've got the flash flooding issues. And we've got flash flood watches. A lot of these will be lasting through this afternoon into the evening. Looks like an additional maybe up to an inch in some of these areas in the lighter shade of green. 1 to 2 southeast Texas into Louisiana. Now farther north, this is the area where we've really been concerned with the drought situation. Well, past 2 days, we've really gotten some pretty decent rainfall totals. Look at the Albert area, over 10 inches now. Unfortunately, that kind of rain so quickly leads to flooding problems. Jen?
Well, let's look at what's happening in the southeast with that rain coming your way this weekend. So for now, Atlanta, you probably noticed that it's a tinge more humid, and our standards certainly have changed, right? Our dew points in Atlanta actually dropped to 48 degrees early yesterday. That's crazy low for July. That's low humidity. Now, creep back up a little bit in this morning. I'll show you the dew points in the southeast. And while they're still actually fairly low for July levels, you're feeling the humidity come back. Summer is making a comeback, and so will the rain, too. Now, we have our big dip in the jet stream over the south and east here. We're going to see this whole system from Texas push into the southeast. It's going to help trigger showers and storms. You can actually see the spin on the water vapor perspective right here, moving into western Tennessee. That's the upper level support for what's going on. Temperatures 69 in Atlanta, 66 in Memphis. A little bit warmer than it was yesterday at this time. It is also a little bit more humid as well than it was yesterday at this time. So dew points, while again they're still low for this time of year, they're coming back up. So you will notice a big change throughout the day today. So humidity coming back, the moisture coming back. We are going to see storms moving in through the weekend. This old front is still here. This is the same front that came on through to help bring in that drier air, but it's back, and it's going to help bring some moisture back as it lifts back northward. So today it's Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, mainly western Tennessee. Tomorrow it's eastern Tennessee into Alabama, also back into Georgia. And then the Carolinas by Sunday. We see the showers and storms spread out over the area. So we got a pretty wet weekend ahead for you across the southeast. Atlanta, Saturday and Sunday, chance of storms, especially Sunday. Alex.
All right, well, let's track the weather throughout your day. We've been focusing on a lot of the wet weather in the southern tier of the nation. You head farther north, things a bit quieter. Let's get you into the Midwest, show you how things will fare for your Friday. TGIF at 8 o'clock here in the morning. Lots of sunshine from Green Bay to Detroit. Comfortable conditions with the 50s and 60s out there. A little bit more cloud cover closer towards the Ohio River Valley. Lexington there, you'll be in the mid-60s. By noontime, now we've got 74 showing up around Chicago. Lovely looking afternoon there. Same for you around Des Moines, where the sun should be shining brightly. Green Bay up around 75 degrees. Again, all these areas enjoying very comfortable weather. And by the time we start to make our way back home from work, now we start to see a little bit of wet weather sliding its way towards Lexington. But outside of that, all is dry. Jen?
Let's talk travel. We'll take another look at conditions in the air and on the road. When it comes to air travel today, you know, a popular flight route is actually, if you're leaving Houston, to go right over that northern Gulf of Mexico, and that's where we've got storms. So Houston flights could be impacted. Good news on a Friday, northeast hubs look good, but New Orleans, chance of delays. Vegas, Seattle, no problems here. Travel delays today on the roadways here. Looks great in the northeast. The sun glare might be our only problem.
All right, well, you know, it was one of the greatest moments in American history.
Apollo 11, and now we're seeing it as never before.
And cleanup begins today after heavy flooding in Dallas. Up next, what conditions are like for today.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Introducing Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal just got better. With stain and sealer in one and easy-to-choose colors, exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. New Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Available at the Home Depot.
Check.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
My family likes camping. I like dancing. So when we packed up our RAV4,
Nights like this,
I brought this. Turns out, my family likes dancing too. The RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
She keeps you on your toes. You wouldn't have it any other way. But your erectile dysfunction? It could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about experiencing Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Get ready. Fancy Feast broths. They're irresistible, completely unbelievable, totally delectable. Real silky smooth or creamy broths. Everything she's been waiting for. Carefully crafted with real seafood, real veggies, and never any byproducts or fillers. Wow, being a cat just got more enjoyable. Fancy Feast broths. Wow, served daily.
Is your child happy in school? Is the pace too fast or too slow? Does your child need a more advanced or individualized approach? You do have another choice. Online learning from K-12, a full-time alternative to the traditional classroom, available free as a public school option. Call now for your free information kit to learn more. K-12 has an award-winning curriculum that parents and teachers enthusiastically endorse.
I made a switch to online learning because I saw a blossoming of kids' excitement for education.
Our state-certified teachers customize lesson plans and guide learning. Kids work at the level that's just right for them, without classroom distractions, and books and supplies are included.
The ability to have the online school and still be part of a public school system is priceless.
94% of K-12 parents say their child has benefited academically. Call now or go online for your free information kit.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're looking for someplace to go this weekend that has perfect weather, well, why not try the boardwalk at Ocean City, Maryland? I used to go there as I was a kid. We're talking temperatures up near 80 degrees. Good bit of sunshine to enjoy. How about the rest of the Northeast? Let's talk about it. Nice and cool conditions. We've had that set up over the last day or so, and well, we'll keep that going for at least today and even into the early part of the weekend. Some of us enjoying some great weather. Right now, it's the 50s to enjoy around Pittsburgh. Upper 50s, a little cooler as you get into the surrounding suburbs. Low 50s from Beaver Falls to Butler. You head to the East Coast, that's where it's a little warmer. 60s, Philly, back up towards Boston. But high pressure is in play for us through our weekend. That's going to be sliding east, which is going to basically mean dry times. A good bit of sunshine out there as well. It's really going to be nice for today. 80s, some 70s around Boston with the sunshine. Tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds though. Jen?
45 years ago this week, Apollo 11 was on its way to the moon, and Neil Armstrong was just a few short days away from becoming the first man to set foot on the lunar surface. NASA has released some restored video of the astronauts on the moon during their mission. It was a milestone in science, but crew members had another mission too to document their historic journey, and NASA's releasing many of those pictures. Now, this may be one of the most famous pictures the crew took. It's called the Earthrise photo. It shows the Earth as it appears on the lunar horizon. Oh, I love that one. Now, these photos also document the trip itself. An Air Force plane captured this shot of Apollo 11 on its way to the moon. And once he got to the moon's surface, Armstrong took this picture of Buzz Aldrin on the moon. It's a shot that anyone who ever watched the early days of MTV will find very familiar. Oh, gosh, great shots. And you can see more of these pictures. Just head over to weather.com. We are marking this historic anniversary with many of the pictures NASA has on file of the mission, including the view of the Earth as a big blue marble in space. We're mainly water. Alex, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Jen. Well, you know, in parts of the North Texas region, it's cleanup time after a deluge. Joining us right now on the phone is Doug Helton with our Weather Channel radio affiliate WBAP there in Dallas-Fort Worth. Thank you so much for joining us here this early morning. Now, you guys saw water up to the windows of cars in some spots. What's the situation like now?
Alex, things are beginning to dry out here now. We've had a little bit of just light rain mist as I was driving in this morning about 2 hours ago. Not seeing a lot of rain activity on the radar, in fact, but we did have, as you said earlier, quite a bit of rain yesterday. In fact, one of the rain gauges between Sanger and Valley View, that's just a little bit northeast of Dallas, they recorded 10.78 inches of rainfall before the rain gauge actually stopped working yesterday morning about 10:30.
Wow, so yeah, it's probably even more than that. Now, reports of Interstate 35 closing, has that reopened, and how long was it actually closed?
It is open now. It was closed for about 4 hours yesterday morning. In fact, they both the Denton County and the Cook County Sheriff's Departments and Fire Departments, a number of those volunteer departments, performed about 36 high water rescues just to get people out of cars that were trapped along I-35 in both directions just north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Wow, so rough times indeed. Looks like the situation's starting to get better. Thank you so much. That is Doug Helton there, our Weather Channel affiliate there, our radio affiliate WBAP. We appreciate you joining us this morning. All right, well, Jen, you got the forecast for the next 7 days.
That 10 inches of rain is just tremendous. Now, we will get a couple of drier days, but we also will heat up in Texas, too. That's going to be one of the big stories that we're following. Today, still rain in Central and East Texas, at least for the first half of the day. It's on the move into parts of the lower Mississippi River Valley, into the southeast, into the Ohio Valley. We've got rain on the move. Plus, the cool down that we've seen, that's changing. Moisture coming back, temperatures coming back up as well. And by Sunday, you'll notice an uptick in temperatures across the Midwest. You will really feel it by Monday. Upper 80s in Minneapolis and Chicago, not to mention those dew points, which will be coming back up as well. Northeast, we might have some overnight rain Sunday into Monday morning, but then drying out, and we keep it that way on Tuesday. It's Wednesday and Thursday of next week that we see the next round of rain back over to the east.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Behr Ultra Interior with advanced stain blocking starts at $31.98 a gallon. Get the latest back-to-school styles they'll wear every day. At VisionWorks, we have the largest selection of kids' frames anywhere. And right now, get 2 complete pairs of glasses for just $99, including free impact-resistant lenses. VisionWorks.
Don't just visit Miami. Visit TripAdvisor Miami. With millions of reviews, TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. tonight. Isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The wonder of summer is that I never know what kind of adventure awaits. The days are longer and the breeze feels a little sweeter. And thanks to Volvo, I'll pay nothing for repairs or maintenance for 5 years. Nothing. They even cover my first month's payment. So I'll be happy wherever the summer takes me. The Wonder of Summer event. The 2015 Volvo S60 sedan with complimentary first month's payment, starting at $319 a month.
Rich, chewy caramel, rolled up in smooth milk chocolate.
All aboard.
Rolo, get your smooth on.
See this? It shows the pressure points on my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholl's.com for locations and save $10.
There's an unmistakable quality our pets bring out in us, an energy that makes us feel more human, more complete. At Petco, we think our pets should feel just as complete. It's what inspired our complete care philosophy that all begins with proper nutrition. Like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs, offering outstanding nutrition that dogs love. It helps bring out the best in our greatest companions. Petco, the power of together.
What do you mean homeowners insurance doesn't cover floods?
A few inches of water caused all this?
But I don't even live near the water.
What you don't know about flood insurance may shock you, including the fact that a preferred risk...
Are you one of the millions of Americans suffering with a disability that keeps you from working? Social Security provides disability relief, but government red tape has made applying for these benefits difficult and complicated, keeping many people from getting the benefits that are rightfully theirs. At People's Disability, we're here to help. People's Disability will fight to get your disability benefits to help you live a better life. Pick up the phone and call People's Disability now for your free no-obligation consultation. Call now.
When you run a business, you can't settle for slow. That's why I always choose the fastest intern, the fastest printer, the fastest lunch, Turkey Club, the fastest pencil sharpener, the fastest elevator, the fastest speed dial, the fastest office plant. So why wouldn't I choose the fastest Wi-Fi? I would.
Switch to Comcast Business Internet and get the fastest Wi-Fi included. Comcast Business, built for business.
Caused by exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-278-0768 now.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods. Are you serious? Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Show make fire,
but how to truly live. Look at this caveman.
Show yourself what you're made of on Weather Channel Survival Sundays. At 9, it's So You Think You'd Survive. Then at 10, Fat Guys in the Woods. Premiering August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Are you ready? Off the couch, into the weather.
Welcome back. Time now for your tropical update. And want to get right into it, into the western portions of the Pacific, where we're focusing on now. Super Typhoon Ramazan right now impacting Hainan Island here in the southern portions of China as well. Let's get a little bit closer because this is a very impressive looking system here on the satellite view. There is the eye, and it is clearly defined at this point, about as symmetrical of an eye that you can get with a super typhoon. And this thing continues to barrel its way, scraping right across in the northern portions of Hainan Island. Haikou really being impacted by this thing at this point. We can actually get a sense of what's going on here on the radar. Here's the current radar view, and there it is working its way again off towards the northwest and took a bit more of a jog to the west. And there it is, making its landfall. And right now, really talking about some very bad conditions with very gusty winds, strong winds, and very heavy rain. That's going to be one of the big threats as this thing continues to move on through. Right now, wind gusts, haiku, 78 miles per hour. And it'll continue to really impact us here over the next several hours. There it is, the latest information. Sustained winds now 155 miles per hour. So it's Super Typhoon Ramazan moving to the northwest, right around 14 miles per hour. Again, that general motion should continue here as it is right now, the equivalent of a Category 4 hurricane, and that'll continue to slide its way on off towards, again, the northwest. Should be weakening, but even by Saturday in the early morning hours, still a 100-mile-per-hour system moving its way through southern portions of China and northern parts of Vietnam. Jen?
Well, let's shift gears, and it's not just the last day of the work week. It is Festival Friday. Music lovers, listen up. Forecastle kicks off today in Louisville at Waterfront Park. Outkast, Beck, and Dwight Yoakam take the stage this year. Something for everyone there. The three-day event focuses on outdoor recreation and environmental activism as well. All right, let's look at the forecast. We have the slight chance of storms coming back for Saturday, but out of here by Sunday. The key here is increasing heat. By Monday, we're back to 90 in Louisville. Now, speaking of the environment, it is Solar Fest in Tinmouth, Vermont. Along with workshops on renewable energy, there's a marketplace featuring sustainable goods. And at the Mini Maker Fair, you'll find regional inventors showcasing their ideas. This sounds cool. I'd like to go. Now, we take a look at the forecast. Temperatures will hit about 80 degrees or nearly that Saturday and Sunday. We'll keep it nice and dry this weekend, too. So overall, a good-looking forecast. Now, the arts take center stage at the Hungry Mother Festival in Marion, Virginia. It's named for the state park where it's held. Along with arts and crafts, you'll find demonstrations on frontier life. And money raised goes to scholarships for area art students. Let's look at that forecast. And by the way, this is just right off the exit on I-81. A nice stop if you're making a road trip this weekend. We've got temperatures hitting about 70, 75 degrees, 76 degrees Saturday and Sunday. There is the chance of hit or miss storms. Not a washout, but you got to watch out for those storms with lightning this weekend and actually extending into Monday as well. Now, Alex is going to show us what the rest of the weekend weather is going to be like across the country.
Yeah, let's check it out. And we'll start you off on your Saturday, where we've got that risk for rain showers and a few storms to deal with. Parts of the deep south moving up into the upper Ohio Valley, interior parts of the Northeast. I think New England looks pretty quiet. Beautiful one around Boston. May not see a lot of sun, but at least it'll be dry. West Coast staying cooler and a little bit more unsettled weather with showers in the Pacific Northwest. But the Southwest, you'll stay hot. A few showers and storms into the Rockies and more wet weather in the south into the upper Ohio Valley. Jen?
We do what we do here at the Weather Channel because we love the weather. We are weather geeks. And starting this weekend, we're inviting you to geek out with us and check out a new show. The former president of the American Meteorological Society, Dr. Marshall Shepard, hosts a roundtable, full-out geek session on topics guaranteed to raise sparks and the interest of any weather geek. This week's premiere episode is on the merits of storm chasing.
You mentioned thrill-seeking. I'm not ashamed to say that every time I see a tornado, I am thrilled. Now, the question is there anything wrong with that?
Weather Geeks is going to delve into that and more. It premieres this Sunday at noon Eastern, and you'll only find it right here on the Weather Channel.
But right now, serious situation unfolding across central Texas.
Flooding rain is swamping streets, roadways, and apartments. We'll track it as Weather Center Live continues.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some clouds and possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Floodwaters nearly to the hoods of cars. We struggled with flooding rain in North Texas this time yesterday. This morning, Central Texas getting drenched, where water swamping roads and seeping into apartments.
And half a world away, Ramasan makes landfall as a super typhoon on Hainan Island off China's coast. How strong Ramasan has grown on a track that will take it to the Chinese mainland. And closer to home, who will enjoy a beach-perfect weekend and where it will be soggy or stormy to get near the water. We've got it all ahead this morning on Weather Center Live.
Well, good Friday morning to you. Welcome into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. For a second day, parts of Texas are struggling with flooding rain.
Yeah, this time it's the area around Austin and San Antonio getting soaked. Reports of apartments flooding 4 miles just north of Austin in central and eastern parts of the city, I should say. We've had reports of nearly 6 inches of rain in just 3 hours. And there are numerous reports of streets and roadways covered in water.
We'll get you in front of our top weather stories. That's one of them, but we're also watching the rain on the move. So we will get you the latest on this Texas heavy rain, plus rain ahead for the southeast this weekend and when it expands to the north. Here's a preview, and the radar is very active right now across portions of Texas and now Louisiana. The rest of the southeast gets in on the action over the weekend, and we're going to track out the rain and storms so you can make your plans. Speaking of making plans, can you make any outdoor plans in the northeast? Well, parts of the Ohio Valley will see some showers and storms on Saturday. We will track it east on Sunday. Right now, though, let's get a look at where the heaviest of rain is falling.
All right, Jen, and one of those spots that has really been in on it, it's Austin. A good morning here. Not so great, though. Again, a very wet time. Saw the rain move in yesterday evening, and it has pretty much been raining ever since. We're starting to see, at least in Austin itself, some of the heaviest rain shifting to the south there at this point, which is some good news for the city itself. Let's get you into the radar. Here it is right now, and showing you stretching across central South Texas all the way into now the lower Mississippi Valley, some of the downpours that are occurring. All these areas that are sort of outlined in the green, those are where we have flash flood warnings, including here in the Texas County area, including around San Antonio, Somerset, Elmendorf. We've got flash flood warnings that are in place now. Look at where the heaviest of the rain is, and that's indicated by the yellows and the oranges and even some red showing up. That's starting to shift a little bit farther south. That's good news. We're getting some of the heaviest rain out of the areas under the flash flood warning. There's the Austin area. There's this one lone storm that's continuing to move on through. But notice, again, it's moving south, and eventually we'll start to see some drier skies out there for you, which is good news. But still under that flash flood warning until 4:45 local time. A bit more rain to deal with here as we head east, heading into Louisiana. Not too far from the Morgan City area, the Lake Charles area. You've got a flash flood warning just towards the south, and then spreading northward, a little bit of a steadier shield of rain to deal with here across parts of Arkansas and trying to move its way now into western parts of Tennessee. 12-hour rainfall totals, you can see the darker shades. That's where we've seen some of the heaviest rain, at least according to the radar. Estimated totals getting close to 3 to 4 inches here in some cases as we close in and around the Pflugerville area, one of the suburbs in Austin. Rainfall in 30 minutes here. 1.6 inches. That's a lot of rain to fall in just a half-hour time period. Now, we've got flash flood watches still in place. A lot of these lasting through this afternoon into the evening, even across southern portions of Louisiana now through Saturday morning. Looks like generally the heaviest of the rain will be falling across southeast Texas, including around Houston. 1 to 2 inches will be possible there. Now, northern parts of Texas, closer to the Red River, this is where we've really been talking about the drought situation. While we've seen over the past 2 days big-time rains falling here, so we've gotten some beneficial rains. The problem is when you get these kind of rain totals like around Alfred or Valley View over 10 inches, that's a lot of rain in just 2 days, and that can lead to some problems. But nevertheless, beneficial rains have really moved on into these areas. Jen?
It's going to be interesting to see next week's drought monitor because that's about what they needed to end the drought. But, you know, it just all came down at once. All right, let's talk about the southeast. We've had some beautiful days. You've been waking up every day and can't believe how nice it is, feeling like fall, Myrtle Beach, you included. Now we're going to see a change this weekend. So I'll track the rain into your area, Myrtle Beach. You can get on the beach again today, though we're still going to have some good weather out there. But we have rain tracking in. So first stop is a look at our water vapor, and this allows allows us to show us where the moisture is in the atmosphere, and we can see that moisture spinning around sometimes, and that's going to actually be the case now, pushing into portions of the Tennessee Valley. That's the upper level energy, the mid to upper level energy that's going to support some showers and storms this weekend. Now, southeast moisture returning as well. First stop is the temperatures, where we've got 69 in Atlanta, 68 in Memphis. Everyone a little bit warmer than yesterday, and everyone actually a little bit more humid than yesterday too, with the dew points coming up a bit. Now, still, these are fairly low when it comes to July standards, right? A 59 dew point in Atlanta, but you were down in the 40s yesterday with those dew points. So you felt a taste of fall. That's gone. Summer making a comeback for the weekend. Old front in the area. That helps bring in the moisture. It also is a focus for showers and storms. That upper level energy coming on in, also a focus for showers and storms. So we'll see it today in Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, West Tennessee. Tomorrow, East Tennessee, a good chunk of the rest of the Southeast starts to see some chances of showers and storms. And by Sunday, it spreads all the way through the Carolinas, including Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach, get ready. Sunday is not going to be your beach today. Today is a good one. Alex.
All right, we're going to track the weather throughout the day. We talked about some of the wet weather across the southern tier of the nation. Well, wet weather we don't have to deal with in the northeast for the day. Let's get you in here. 8 o'clock hour, we should generally be talking about nothing but sunshine out there for you. New York to Buffalo, we've got temperatures mostly in the 60s out there. The Bangor area as well, 65 and full sunshine there up into Maine. By noon, lunchtime, take it outside. Why not? Philadelphia, 79 degrees there for you, and around Boston, right around 76 at the harbor. Should be really nice. And then as we progress in towards your 5 o'clock, we do start to see a bit more cloud cover, but we should remain dry. Jen?
Let's talk travel, and you see a forecast like that, Alex, in the Northeast. That bodes well for a Friday, because so much traffic in the Northeast airspace here can get hung up in other spots if there's delays there. So good news from that perspective. But Houston, we've got the chance for delays with storms in the area starting early in the day. Nashville, you see some delays as well possible. But your travel on the roads in the Northeast looks A-OK. Alex.
We'll get ready for a wet return. Where in the Northeast you could need rain gear as we head into the weekend. Then west ablaze, where new and existing fires are driving people from their homes, plus a mysterious giant hole where it suddenly appeared and what could have caused it.
At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, you can discover our gold standard of performance with the most track-tested vehicles Lexus has ever engineered, including the exhilarating IS and GS. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Our oath isn't an empty gesture. It's the heart and soul of Terminix Nation. The Terminix Ultimate Protection Guarantee. 100% satisfaction or your money back. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
Fact. Every time you take Advil liquid gels, you're taking the pain reliever that works faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol. And not only faster, stronger, too. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Fact. Every time you take Advil, you're taking the medicine doctors recommend most for joint pain, more than the medicine in Aleve or Tylenol. The medicine in Advil is the #1 doctor recommendation for joint pain. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
Breaking news from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
Seeing 2 men that have climbed the Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Talk to a State Farm agent about car loans that can save you hundreds. That's borrowing better.
When it's hot outside, it can get dangerously hot inside your car. So this summer, make sure you look before you lock. The Weather Channel proudly supports kidsincars.org in their efforts to implement safety measures to protect our children. For more information and to show your support, go to weather.com/TV today.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, some sunshine with Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our
The Weather Channel's new morning show.
It all starts with the weather.
America's morning headquarters with Sam Champion. Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Whoa. Sweeten any moment with soft, fruity, chewy Fruit Vines Bites from the Red Vines family. Introducing Fruit Vines Bites. Live on the sweet side with Fruit Vines.
You wanna drive?
This is a police car. Okay.
Somebody put something inside me. I need you to take it out. It's leaking.
She is the first human to access more than 10% of their brain.
Hey!
Her abilities are increasing by the minute. She can unlock secrets that go beyond our universe. I'm not sure that mankind is ready for it.
Lucy, rated R.
Bridgestone tires perform best when you need it most.
Like when golf commentator David Fairday is on his way to work. Let's go.
David has the Bridgestone Turanza tires.
I know we drive.
Engineered with Serenity technology to absorb road noise for a quiet ride.
So quiet. Is this a golf whisper? No. This is a golf whisper.
Well, good morning to you, Pittsburgh. We are starting off on a really nice note. Should be talking about a pretty decent day with some sunshine, comfortable conditions, but you know, it doesn't last forever. We've got the threat for rain sneaking back in as we turn towards, the weekend, of course, right? When we want to get out and enjoy it. All right, well, what's going on? We've got the trough swinging its way on through with a very slow-moving upper-level area of low pressure. We've got moisture on the increase as well. That'll be sliding its way up through the Appalachian chain, eventually working its way up through a good chunk of the Northeast to bring back that threat for, again, the wet weather and some rumbles of thunder. Today, we'll notice it, Tennessee sliding up through the Appalachian chain, and then by tomorrow, we start to notice upper Ohio Valley and interior parts of the Northeast getting wet, and we'll keep it a little showery even as we head into our Sunday as well, with even a few scattered showers and storms a little bit farther on off towards the south. So there's the wet weather on the way. Cleveland today, not bad, sun and clouds, but by tomorrow, hit and miss storms and some of those showers lingering into our Sunday. Jen?
Time now for the weather-making headlines this morning, and we now know that Maine did see a tornado during Tuesday's storms. The National Weather Service says an EF1 tornado touched down in St. Albans. Winds of 80 to 90 miles per hour damaged trees, street signs, and power lines, leaving many in the community in the dark. More trouble on the fire front in the west. A wind-driven fire has driven residents from 850 homes near Leavenworth, Washington, a town that looks like a Bavarian village. A Red Cross shelter is in place for those who need a place to stay. The fire doubled in size this week. Officials have closed Highway 2, and smoke from wildfires east of Seattle cut visibility and led to a 24-vehicle pileup yesterday on I-90 near Vantage. 11 people were hurt. Another case of children left in a hot car in Georgia. Police in Clayton County near Atlanta say 3 children were left in a hot car in a parking lot yesterday as their father went into a store. The 8, 5, and 3 to 4-month-old children are in custody of Child Services. Police arrested the father. And we want to remind you that the group KidsInCars.org has a petition to the White House calling for action on the issue. They need 100,000 signatures by next month. You can learn more about the petition on weather.com/TV. Alex.
We're turning now to the world weather front. More proof that very heavy rain knows no boundaries. Heavy rains swamped parts of southern China. At least 18 people have died due to flooding and lightning, and more trouble is ahead. South China bracing for Typhoon Ramazan, Super Typhoon Ramazan now, which could bring more heavy rain and fierce winds. Now, the heavy rain South China's already seen is to blame for this, a landslide. It destroyed homes in one village. Fortunately, local officials evacuated 70 villages ahead of the slide. No one was hurt. Cleanup efforts are underway. And in Russia, scientists have a puzzle to solve. A huge crater has turned up in northern Siberia. It's 196 feet wide. After early studies, some scientists believe changing temperatures could be to blame for the huge crater, which appeared to be made up of ice. Wow. Well, Jen's going to bring us a little closer to home and show us that 7-day forecast.
Yes, that's so odd, though. All right, let's look at the 7-day forecast and the beautiful weather that you've seen. I know a lot of you have been enjoying this cool down. That is going away, and summer makes a comeback starting this weekend. Temperatures start to go back up. Humidity starts to go back up as well in the Midwest, the Southeast, a return of rain coming back in, and you'll see that today and tomorrow throughout the Southeast and Ohio Valley with more rain showers in the forecast. Now, in the Northeast, we hang on to a couple of nice days. Even Sunday, we'll squeak out a decent day in New York City. Overnight, there might be a few showers, but then it's the Southeast on Monday that stays wet. Meanwhile, the Midwest is heating up. 90 in Minneapolis, 88 in Chicago, back to the mid-90s in Dallas and Denver. We're going to see that trend continue into Tuesday, and plus our next system starts to track in, and showers and storms are in the forecast. That is the next weather maker, and we see it move through the Midwest on Wednesday. Plus the heat remains behind it out here. Southwest too, very hot. Phoenix 114, LA 90. We got a lot of hot temperatures to talk about next week. Thursday and then Friday, we're going to watch that next system that we're tracking, by the way, get all the way to the eastern seaboard. Temperatures go back up, humidity goes up, and so comes back the storm chances. We'll be right back. We've got a look at the tropical update, including a super typhoon making landfall next.
This time of year, you just need some fertilizer with weed control and a spreader to distribute it evenly. It's not rocket horticulture.
Oh, it's not rocket grilling either, right, guys?
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor. To fight wasps this summer, just visit your neighborhood Ace. Right now, get 25% more Raid Wasp and Hornet Spray for just $2.49 after $2 off instant savings with Ace Rewards Card.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
So this board gives me rates on Progressive Direct and other car insurance companies?
Yes.
But you're Progressive and they're them.
Yes.
But they're here.
Yes.
Are you?
There?
Yes.
No.
Are you them?
I'm me.
But the lowest rate is from them?
Yes.
So them's the best rate is?
Here.
So where are them?
Aren't them here?
I already asked you that.
When?
Feels like a while ago.
You want to take it from the top?
Rates for us and them. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
We're not supermodels. We're trying our best to be role models. We don't jump at the sound of the opening bell because we're trying to make the school bell. Corner booth beats corner office any day. We make the most of our time and our money. 2014 Malibu, highest ranked midsize car in initial quality. The car for the richest guys on earth.
What makes Lay's Kitchen different from the rest? We pride ourselves on bold, authentic flavors with the finest ingredients. Our vegetables are farm-grown and prepared with the passion they deserve. Tangy peppers unite with the sweetness of tomatoes and onions to create our exquisite mesquite barbecue flavor. The satisfying crunch and rich flavors of Lay's kettle-cooked chips. One taste and you're in love.
The most dangerous job on the planet.
Storms and rain and lightning.
The adrenaline starts running. I make one mistake and I'm dead.
That's it. Good job. You got him next time, buddy. Eye on the ball. Good try, son. Hey. Is that your son?
Yeah.
Mine's the goalie.
That's a dryer.
Natural gas dryer.
Go!
Walk it off. Just walk it off, son.
Families everywhere are feeling the love for their natural gas dryers. Find out why at naturalgaslove.com.
Line. You can get the Pivot Trim today for only $19.95. It comes complete with a universal installation kit and 20 free cut trimmer lines. But hold everything. We'll guarantee you free trimmer line for life. We'll also include the 3-blade head free. Just pay separate processing and handling. The 3-blade head synthetic blades slice through the tough stuff, from saplings to the thickest overgrown brush quickly, cutting them down to size in no time. You'll get it all. Call now.
To order Pivot Trim for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-521-7892, 1-800-521-7892, or order online at pivottrim.com. Call or log on today.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, some sunshine with a thunderstorm or two possible this afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 76. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It is 20 minutes past the hour, time for the tropical update, and we begin with what is a super typhoon, Ramazan. It has made landfall, and it dramatically increased here, rapidly strengthened as it approached Hainan Island near China. So as we take a look at the latest here, we've been watching it bring tremendous amounts of potential rain and wind as it made landfall and now continues to move right over the northern tip of the island. So this is Hainan Island right here. The eye actually is right beyond that label for the town of Haikou, and it's a very actually small eye. You're seeing, when we look at the satellite perspective here, the brighter colors indicate where we have some of the tallest cloud tops and likely the strongest winds, and that's probably on the south side of the eye wall of this super typhoon. The winds at 155 miles per hour as of the latest update from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. So certainly here a force to be reckoned with, and just a dramatic increase in strength from what a category 1 to a super typhoon, 155 mile per hour winds. Here is the radar perspective. This is a Chinese radar, and you can see, again, as we see that approach the northern tip here of the island of Hainan. And again, it looks like where the strongest echoes are in this right now, the southern side, but those will rotate around. So very, very circular eye wall, and again, very powerful winds, no doubt, on the southern side. We've had reports of winds gusting to now 87 miles per hour in the town of Haikou. Now, let's take a look at the satellite perspective. Northwest at 14 is the movement. We're going to track this thing as it moves and makes an impact here in southern China and potentially Vietnam as well. Rain and wind over the next 36 to 48 hours. Alex.
All right, Jen. Well, you know, it's not just the West Pacific that we're tracking this morning. We head on into the